Hi everyone, this is Christy with CES Art Evolution Lab, and my cat, who you might hear as well, she thinks I'm talking to her. I'm just doing a quick vlog and showing you some work that I'm doing in my sketchbook. It's a piece that has helped me to become unstuck. It's been about a week and a half since I've posted anything on YouTube, and I haven't really done a whole lot of creative work. I knew I was going to be taking a bit of a break, but I really got out of my art habit, and I've had a hard time coming back and focusing. The anticipated break was that my partner, he was taking time off from work, and I knew I was going to be spending a little bit of time with him. I thought I would be creating during some of his time off as well, but I ended up getting sick. I got shingles and I just wasn't feeling well. I'm not going to go into too many details with that other than to say that I am very grateful. It was a very mild case. If you're old enough to get the vaccine for it, definitely get it. Anyway, I came back to the studio. He had gone back to work and I'm still feeling fatigue and I'm having a hard time focusing. I started trying to think about all the things that I needed to do. And when I'm saying all the things I needed to do, I'm talking about all the admin stuff behind the scenes, all of the art series and projects I'm planning and that I want to do. And all of it was very overwhelming. And I sort of got in a space where I just felt stuck and I was procrastinating and not doing anything and having a very hard time just getting moving. So if you get in a similar situation, you can try something like what I'm doing here. You just create something, create anything, just doing something that helps you get unstuck. It doesn't have to be something from your project list either. You just create and do something. So in this case, I opened up my sketchbook and I decided to try something new. The new thing I decided to try is to begin with a color swatch. So on the right, you're seeing one of my sketchbooks. I'm going to dedicate that one. If this works, this will be a complete sketchbook of just color swatching. And before I start a project, I will swatch the colors that I want to use and then start working. So whether it's oil pastel or paint or anything else, that is what I'm going to do. I will say that this was very, very helpful for me. It helped me to work faster. I could immediately see where I wanted to place the colors. I could immediately see how I wanted to work in the values. And so I ended up creating this piece really quickly. It's one of the quickest ones I've done in a while. I worked in about 20 to 30 minutes. And just creating this piece made me feel so much better. I was able to feel like I had accomplished something. I had moved past that feeling of overwhelm and I had just made something. So if you are feeling like you're stuck, pull out your sketchbook, pull out a canvas, just do something creative, anything. And you might find that it unblocks you and it helps you clear your head enough that you can then see what needs doing and make plans for that. This piece was also an opportunity for me to test out some new tools that I had just gotten. I really like these silicone tools. Some of them are used for cosmetics and for nail art design, and some of them are used for clay. And I really like using them with the oil pastel. So I had gotten a few more to try to make life easier for me. I'm going to do a quick review of those in just a moment and let you know my thoughts on the different tools that I tried. But I also want to highly recommend trying this swatching method. Even if you don't have a notebook for it, put a piece of paper next to you, swatch out the colors that you're going to use in whatever medium you're going to use. I actually did 2 swatches and in different orders to sort of just sort my head. And you might find that doing this, like me, I found it made things go faster. Okay, so these were some of the original tools that you saw when I made a video about the Montemart, or is it Montemart oil pastels that I just got. These are great and they really helped me to work faster and make sure that I kept the work clean. I wanted to expand the tools that I had, and I had some concerns because like this is completely coming out. So I was trying to find some other tools that were a little sturdier. I had gotten these at a pharmacy near my house. This was from an art store near my home. I do like these because they have a wooden handle. So first addressing these. These are used for clay, and I bought a set online that are also used for clay. They're a little bit smaller. I don't like this second set as well. I prefer the wood handles, and these are plastic. Overall, these are okay, and I think they'll do the job, and I probably will use them also when I'm working with clay. But I bought them online and didn't realize that these were smaller than the tips were smaller than the original ones that I had. Overall, they're okay though. The cosmetics ones that I found, this is a large silicone one. The tip does come off, but that's not a big deal. It doesn't not feel sturdy. This end is not silicone as I had kind of hoped it was. It will still be okay for applying paint or scratching on the surface. And this tip was very, very good for working in larger areas. So I do like this one, and I recommend if you see this style available to you and you want to try it for your oil pastels, it'll work really well. I can also see myself using this with the jelly plate or with paint on canvas, and it's really easy to clean up. So I recommend this style. These are just a cheap set I got online, and well, you kind of get what you pay for. The tips, this one's already coming apart. This one came apart this way. The handles are plastic, and I'm finding that I don't care for that as much. I do think that whether it's this one or these, I can use a little bit of resin, and I'll just put some, you know, when I work with resin, I have leftover. I'll just put some in here and then they will be fine. So that could be an option if you have resin around the house and you're just looking for some cheap supplies. All of these work really well. They fit in your hand. You can put your finger on it and then just press and work the oil pastel in. All of these will work with paint, and you can also use them with clay sculpture. The ones that I preferred, that I liked the most, are this set. It's used for nail art. It's, again, just a cheap set. All of these that I got, the clay ones, the cosmetic tools, and the nail art tools, were all around $1 to $3 each for the pack, so I didn't spend a lot of money on them. This one comes with quite an array of tips, so you can experiment with which ones you prefer. I really prefer myself the ones that have the wedge tipped ends like these. It just makes it easy to get into tight areas, and these are a decent size, like a medium size for kind of spreading and mixing the oil pastels around. So those are my thoughts on those. I don't think I'll be buying more tools. I don't need to keep buying stuff. But if you are looking something that is a versatile object to work with, this works with paint, it works with clay, it works with oil pastels. And sometimes when you look in the cosmetic section, you might pay a little less than if you buy something like that in an art section. May seem kind of weird that I'm sharing this picture. It's the back of the canvas and hardware that is used to hang a painting. I am currently prepping this piece of art to be shipped off for an exhibition. It's in November. It's my first ever gallery exhibition, so I'm very excited about that. I just signed the contract with the art gallery. I can't share the painting yet until I receive more details about how they're handling the media. I believe I'm going to receive a media packet from them. Anyway, as soon as I can share more details about it, I will. I also have a process video of how I created this piece. I can say, and you can see a little bit on the back there, it does involve stitching, fabric, and paint. And the theme of the exhibition is about time. I'm, again, really, really excited about this happening. I have a lot of prep work to do. I need to get my shop ready with art prints. I need to decide who's going to make art prints for me, things like that. A lot of stuff behind the scenes that I will be working on, and as much as I can, I will share with it on the YouTube channel, and I have a lot of upcoming videos planned about my processes using fabric and paint. It's just, again and again, I say this, a matter of time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you being there. Please like and subscribe. The channel is growing slowly but surely, and I appreciate everyone being here. And again, I want to leave you with the idea that it is your turn to go out and create something.